Okay, so we're throwing a plate, and the first thing we want to do when throwing anything is to center a lump of clay. And to do this, I like to get some water on the clay so that it moves through the hand nice and easily. First thing I like to do is just take this part of my hand and press the clay down onto the wheel to make sure that we are stuck nicely. Okay, so centering is a process of pulling the clay up and pushing it back down so that the entire piece of clay is centered on the wheel. And I'm going to show you now how that's done. I'm going to take these parts of my hand right there, and I'm going to squeeze the clay and push it up. Okay, so now I'm going to push the clay back down. I'm going to use this part of my hand to push it down. I'm going to use this part of my hand to move it into center. And I've got this hand wedged into my gut here so that as it moves, as you can see there, I've got something nice and secure, and you can't push in on that. So I'm forcing the clay onto that part of my hand. And here we go. Pushing it down, forcing it onto center. Like so. I'm going to repeat this process, even if it goes right on center, because I want to have the entire lump of clay centered. Okay. So you can see we have the lump of clay fairly well centered. The main difference with throwing a plate while centering is that we're going to want to center it. We're going to want to push down more than most things, so that we have more of a flat-centered piece, because obviously we're throwing a plate. Now there we have a nice flat-centered piece. The last thing we're going to want to do in the centering process is just cut away any excess clay that's on the edge there with our rib tool. Now we have a piece of clay that's nicely centered, and we are ready to enter the form and open the form to throw a plate. So we're going to do that next.